Hello, good morning students. See, welcome back to our e-learning session and this is your sixth lecture of accounts chapter number 11 bank reconciliation statement. See, in our last session we complete up to illustration number 5. See, in illustration number 2 the illustration number 4 is already done. In illustration number 3 illustration number 5 is already done because here illustration number 2 and 3 with the add or less method and we are doing that particular sum, that is illustration number 2 and 3 with the debit credit method. Okay, so here debit credit method, as per the debit credit method the illustration number 4 and 5 is there and we already did illustration number 2 and 3 as debit credit method as illustration number 4 and 5 says or asks. Okay, so here illustration number 1 to 5 is over. I hope you did that in your example book, as well as here I told you that you have to do sum number 5 and 6 in your exercise book. That means here 1 to 6, question number 1 to 6 is over in your exercise book. I hope you did that or not, then please do. Now we will discuss about our next illustration, that is illustration number 6. Just to read the rules first. Whenever we are starting the sums, you have to just remember only one thing, that is rules. That is 1 to 13 rules or the table given in the textbook. You have to remember that rules, which situation is debited and which situation is credited. We have to just know about that and just make the entry like that, like in whatever the rules says that this entry is debited or this entry is credited, you have to do that only and your sum is final. Here your sum is complete and you will get 10 to 12 marks for this type of sums. So here very easy chapter for all of you, but the main thing is you have to remember the rules. Okay, now see that illustration number 6, I am reading that. Bank balance as per cash book of Rucha on 28th February 2017 was 10,000, does not tally with the balance as per passbook. Here bank balance as per cash book, that means which balance? Debit balance or credit balance? Bank balance as per cash book is a debit balance. Okay, so we have to write down that particular 10,000 rupees on the debit side. Now all the sums, see, debit and credit method is very easy method, that's why now all the sums is with the debit credit method. So please do all the sums with the debit credit method. Okay, so start the sum. Rucha, bank reconciliation statement of Rucha on 28th February 2017. Serial number, particulars, debit rupees and credit rupees. First point, bank balance as per cash book, that is debit balance. So on the debit side you have to write down 10,000 rupees. Now the first point. Check of rupees 10,000 were deposited with bank, out of which check of rupees 4,000 are credited into the bank till 28th February 2017. So here, what we are depositing? 10,000. What bank credited? Only 4,000. So the difference, 10,000 we are deposited, but only 4,000 bank is credited. That's why 6,000 not credited by bank. $6,000 is not credited by bank, and here the rule we have to apply, DCID and DDIC. Here this is for bank, this is for cash book. So DC, check deposited but not credited by the bank, we have to credit it. Okay, so first point, check deposited but not credited by bank. $6,000 credit DC. Second, check of rupees 4,000 issued and recorded in the cash book, but it is forgotten to given to the customer. Again, check issued but not presented, and it is recorded in the cash book but not recorded in the bank passbook. Okay, so ID issued debit. Okay, so write down that check issued but not given to customer or creditor, not customer. The amount is 4,000. So ID 4,000. Third point, insurance premium of rupees 12,000 is paid by bank. Whatever amount paid by the bank, that is always debited. Whatever paid, any amount by the bank, that is on behalf of the trader, any amount paid by the bank, that amount is debited in the passbook and it is not recorded in the cash book. That's why we have to do just reverse, that is whatever done by the bank that is debited, and we have to credit it in the bank reconciliation statement. So only do reverse. Third point, insurance premium paid by bank not recorded in cash book. Insurance premium is first debit, right, by the bank. So we have to credit it. The amount is 12,000. So credit side, the amount we have to return 12,000. Okay. Now the fourth point. Now it is very easy. If you know the rules, then it is very easy. Just record it. Just write down the question. See, what you have to write down in the here particulars? You have to write down just the question. Whatever the question says, you have to just record that. Don't write only amount. All these remaining words, all these remaining things you have to write down in the particulars, and the amount we have written on debit or credit side. Whatever the rule says on that side, we have to record the amount. Okay. Next point. A customer has deposited, fourth point, a customer has deposited directly rupees 20,000 in the Rucha's account, which is known to Rucha on 1st March. That means what? Here, directly deposited by the customer. And whatever I told you that whenever the directly deposited by the customer, bank is credit that amount in our account and we have to debit it. Okay, so always when the directly deposit by the customer word is there, you have to just debit it. Okay, so write down that customer deposited directly, amount deposited by the customer directly into the bank. Bank is credited, that's why we have to debit it. The amount is 20,000. Debit 20,000. Fifth point. Bank charges. What bank is debited, the bank charges always. Okay. So the bank charges of rupees 100 recorded by the bank is recorded twice in the cash book by mistake. Now see that whenever the twice is there, you don't have any rules. So please write down the rules for that. Write down rule number 14 for this. Here the last rule is undercast same side, overcast opposite side. So please write down the rules for the twice here. Any expense is paid by bank and it's recorded twice in cash book by mistake. That is rule number 14. Any expense is paid by the bank and it is recorded. See, it is recorded twice means what? Bank is debited the expense on his trader's account. So in the cash book it is credited, but it is credited twice. It is recorded, that means it is credited two times in the cash book. So one time we have to debit it and the answer and the problem is solved, right? One time, see, one time debit. Say for example 500 rupees. This is by bank. Credit in the cash book. We have to record on the credit side 500 rupees, but it is recorded two times, 500. Okay, see, this is okay. One time debit by the bank, so one time credit by the cash book. But it is recorded second time in the cash book. So, in the bank reconciliation statement, here now in the BRS, bank reconciliation statement, we have to debit it. That's why the answer is 10. 500. Problem, mistake of 500 is nullified by recording. See, debit, credit, it's over. Now credit again, that is the problem. So credit becomes a debit. That's why here you can say the problem is solved. One time extra credit you have to record on the debit side. That's why the problem is solved. So here bank charge is recorded twice in a cash book, right? Bank charges amount is 100 rupees and 100 rupees. That's why we have to debit the 100 rupees. Now, check of rupees 6,000 deposited with bank on 27 February is dishonored. Again, the word dishonored. I told you that whenever the directly deposited by the customer, you have to remember debit. Whenever the dishonored word is there, you have to credit. That is the shortcut, or remember, you can remember all these points by these shortcuts. Here, whenever the word dishonored is there, you have to just credit the amount, nothing else. You have to write down that check deposited but dishonored. Okay? Check deposited with the bank dishonored, dishonored of the check is not recorded in the cash book. The information is received by Rucha is on 3rd March. After 28th February, here we are doing on the 28th February, bank reconciliation statement we are doing on this 28th February. But after these, Rucha know about all these things. Okay, so dishonored is also not recorded in the cash book, only recorded by the bank. So here we have to do the reverse. Bank is debit that amount in the passbook. That's why we have to credit it, nothing else. Okay, so write down that check deposited with bank dishonored and it's not recorded in the cash book. Check deposited in the bank dishonored and it is not recorded in cash book. Dishonored, that's why credit always. The amount is 6,000. Next point, 7th point. A check of rupees 8,000 were issued, out of which checks of rupees 2,000 were presented by the bank in the bank on 1/3/2015. See 6/17. See that here. The twist is here. Up to all the sums, all that see in the second point. I hope you all written this. Rule number 14. In the point number, in the first point, see, in the first point, what is the working note? 10,000 check is there and 4,000 is credited. That's why remaining 6,000 is not recorded by bank. Right? Not credited or not recorded. But here, what happened? See, the 8,000 check is issued till 1st March 2017. 2,000 is already not recorded. Means what? This one is the answer. It is not subtract like this. What means of that? Here 10,000. See the difference. First point, here 10,000 deposited with bank. But till 28th February, this is credited. Till 20th February, this amount is credited. So we are subtracting this amount, and 6,000 is not recorded or not credited by the bank. That is the first point. Now in the seventh point, what the value is given and what the problem is given, that is 8,000 rupees check is issued, right? But till 1st March, after this, till 1st March, 2,000 is not recorded. So the directly not recorded amount, see, we are finding out not recorded amount because we have to write down the not recorded difference amount in the bank reconciliation statement, right? But here 2,000 is directly given, that 2,000 is not presented in the bank till 1st March. So don't write down 8,000 minus 2,000, 6,000. There you are wrong. So please be careful while reading the question. What is the question? You have to see very carefully, right? Here 10,000 and here 4,000 is credited. So the remaining amount is not recorded. Remaining amount is not credited. Here 8,000 is given, but the 2,000 directly, this one directly, what amount is not recorded, we have to record it in the bank reconciliation statement, and that amount is directly given in the point number 7. Okay, so ignore 8,000, just record the 2,000 that is not recorded in the bank. Check issued but not presented. Checks issued but not presented in bank. DCID. So debit. Amount is 2,000. Just write down amount is 2,000. Not subtract the amount. Okay. So please be careful while doing like this. This mistake is done by most of the students. That's why I am explaining here in the detail by comparing the first transaction and the second transaction. So please be careful while recording these types of transactions. Okay. 8 point. A check of rupees 4,000 deposited which is not recorded in the cash book. Check deposited but not recorded in cash book. This check is not collected by bank till 28th February. Again, the twist is there. See the twist? Check is deposited into the bank 4,000. And it's left to recorded in the cash book. So not recorded in the cash book ultimately. The second thing, this check is not collected by the bank till 28th February. So bank is also not recorded that particular check. I am deposited the check, okay, on 28th February, right? That and left to record in the cash book. So here one mistake is already done. Not recorded in cash book. But bank is also not collected that amount on till the 28th February. Today 28th February, here bank is not collected that amount today in my account, not credited that amount in my account, and that's why bank is also not recorded that particular 4,000 in my passbook, not recorded in my cash book. That means what? The problem is solved. Problem is solved means what? Here in the bank reconciliation statement, what we have to do, if any amount is recorded by the bank and not recorded in the cash book, then record it. If any amount recorded in the cash book but not recorded in the passbook, then record it. That the difference amount, whatever the not recorded amount is there, we have to record in the bank reconciliation statement. But here mistake is done by both the side, not recorded in the cash book as well as not credited in the passbook. So, and the entry is nullified. Not recorded in cash book, not recorded in passbook. That means here it is not recorded at all. So don't worry about that. If you have any one recording there, you have to record on the second side. You have to record. You have to do the opposite side. But nothing side it is recorded, right? Not recorded in the cash book, not recorded in the passbook. So no entry. Do reverse. Rule is that. Do reverse. But if nothing is done, then what do we have to do? We cannot do the reverse of nothing, right? So don't write this. This is the 8th point. Here just explanation is given and you have to write down that explanation in a particular, not return any amount in the debit or credit column. See the explanation. As transaction number 8 is not recorded in the cash book and passbook till 20th February, it will not be recorded in the bank reconciliation statement. Here just explanation. Transaction number 8 not recorded in passbook and cash book, so don't record it in bank reconciliation statement. So it will not. So it will not recorded in 8. So it will not recorded in bank reconciliation statement also. So don't write anything, right? Okay. Now the 9th point. Bank has credited rupees 200 for bank interest, right? Bank interest, bank credited. What we have to do? Not recorded in the cash book, bank credited. So just do reverse. We have to debit it. So write down interest credited by bank but not recorded in cash book. Bank is credited, that's why we have to debit it. What is the amount? 200 rupees, debit. And here the second point is also given in the 9th point. 100 for bank charges in passbook. Debited 100 in the passbook. I also not recorded in the cash book. That's why that also bank charges debited by bank but not recorded in cash book. Bank is debited, that's why we have to credit it. The amount is 100 rupees. Okay, so here your 9th point is also over. Now the 10th point. Receipt side of the cash book is overcast by 4,000. Receipt side of the cash book. Receipt side of cash book means what? Which side? Debit side or credit side? Debit side of the cash book. Debit side of the cash book is not recorded in. That's why debit side is overcast, opposite side. The rule is there, the overcast, opposite side. So debit side, opposite side is credit. So we have to just record that here only receipt side of the cash book or overcast, right? 10th point. Overcast. Receipt, that is debit side, overcast, that is opposite side. We have to write down on the opposite side, that is credit side, amount is 4,000. 11. Bank receivable, bills receivable of rupees 5,000 discounted with bank is dishonored. Again, the word dishonored is there. That means what? whenever the bank reconciliation statement, you read the word dishonored, check dishonored or bills receivable dishonored, then you just have to credit it, nothing else. Okay, so these story is given, so we don't read that. Okay, sorry, first of all read that. Bills receivable of rupees 5,000 discounted with the bank is dishonored on 26 February and bank has debited the same along with the noting charges. Yes, here we have to record noting charges also. That is not we have to record 5,000, but we have to record 5,000 plus noting charges, that is 50. 5,050 you have to record on the credit side. Along with the noting charge, we have to record all this amount. Okay. Entry for the dishonored of the bills receivable is not made in the cash book till 28th February. Yes, here bills dishonored but not recorded. Bills receivable dishonored but not recorded in the cash book. Okay. Bills receivable is dishonored. Bills receivable dishonored and not recorded in cash book. So credit it 5,000 plus noting charges, that is 50. 5,050. Record that. 12 point. Bills payable. Bills payable of rupees 3,000 maturing after 1 month was retired by the bank under the rebate of rupees 100 on 28 February 2017, which is not recorded in the cash book. Here 3,000 rupees bills payable is there. Bills payable of rupees 3,000 already we have to pay after 1 month. Right, but bills payable of 3,000 maturing after 1 month was retired by the bank under the rebate of 100. Before 1 month, it is under the rebate. Here, that means what? 3,000, but the rebate means discounted. So here 3,000, from 3,000, 1,000 is discounted. That's why only 2,900 is paid by the bank. Already paid by the bank and that's it. That is our expense. Whatever any amount paid by the bank, that is debited by the bank, so we have to credit it. But what amount is debited by the bank? 3,000? No, 3,000 is the bills payable amount, but it is given with the rebate of 100 rupees. Rebate means what? It is discount. 3,000 minus 100 discount. That's why only 2,900 paid by the bank on the behalf of the customer, on the behalf of the trader, and it is bills payable is given. That's why bank is debited. Here in the bank reconciliation statement we have to credit it, nothing else. Okay, so just credit, but write down what? Bills payable is paid by bank, not recorded in the cash book, nothing else. Don't write anything about the rebate and so and so. Just record the amount. What the amount? 3,000 bills payable, yes, but 100 is rebate, yes. So total net amount, whatever paid by the bank, that is 2,900. Bank recorded or bank debited 2,900 in the passbook. So we just have to do the reverse. That is, we have to record 2,900 on the credit side. Okay, so write down these. Bills payable. Paid by bank but not recorded in cash book. So debit bank, that's why we have to credit. Net amount is 2,900. 3,000 bills payable amount, 100 rebate, that is discount. So cancel it. That's why 2,900 is credited by the bank. Now what? Here all the situations, all the transactions, all the difference why, all the reasons why the difference is there in the bank reconciliation, in the bank passbook and in the cash book is given, is over. Now we just have to find out the balance as per, see, the starting point is balance as per cash book, so we have to find out balance as per passbook, right? If it is tally, then it is okay. So here bank balance as per cash book is here given, but we have to see bank balance is the answer or bank overdraft is the answer as per passbook. So first of all, write down here space as per passbook. As per cash book is given, here the answer always compulsory as per passbook. If the as per passbook is given, answer always as per cash book. It is confirmed. Whatever the answer is there, don't ignore it. Here just write down as per cash book, that's why as per passbook. Now find out which side the balance is there. So here first of all, two lines for the total. Make the total, which side is higher? 20 plus 10, 30, 30 plus 6, almost 36,000 on the debit side. Now 12 plus 6, 18 plus 6, 24, plus 4, 28, plus 7, 35. Here 36 already there, now 35, 36. Okay, but the total on the, see, we have to see the nearest one, that's why we have to make the total on both the side. 10,000 plus 4,000 plus 20,000 plus 100 plus 2,000 plus 200. The amount is 36,300. I have written here, not written here. 36,300 is the amount. On the debit side, the total is 36,300. Now make the total on this side. 6,000 plus 12,000 plus 6,000 plus 100 plus 4,000 plus 5050 and plus 2,900. Okay, the credit side total is 36,050. So the highest total is on the debit side. So write down that total on both the side, 36,300, 36,300. Now the difference is, see, we can say 300 minus 50, that is 250 is the difference, and this difference is on the credit side. That's why here we will write down the credit, and that's why credit balance as per passbook is equal to bank balance. Okay, so here we have to write down the word bank balance. Bank balance as per passbook. First of all, what we have to do? We have to write down as per cash book. So here we have to write down as per passbook. Here bracket is blank and the point bank balance or bank overdraft is also blank. First of all, we have to make the total. Whatever side the total is higher, we have to write down on the both the side. If the total, now the find out the difference, that is 36,300 minus 36,050, and the difference is 250. Record on the credit side, lower total side. Low total is on credit side. That's why I write down 250 on the credit side, and that's why here we record credit and credit balance as per passbook, that is bank balance. So here write down like this. Okay. So here your sixth sum is over. First of all, write down this sum, and then we will discuss about the next sum. So first write down these. See, I told you the homework of exercise sum 5 and 6 in our last session, but some students are not getting right now by doing these sums. Some students are not getting the sums and they have a problem in doing these sums, and that's why we are not doing these sums on the board, but I am just recording credit effect or debit effect nearest to the amount, nearest to the question, and you just have to write down all these things. That means what? I am just discussing, not doing the sums on the board, but just discussing the question number 5 and 6 of exercise, what we have to do in the situation given into the question. Okay, so just write down. See, take a pencil and write down near to each and every situation credit debit only. Whatever the situation is given, you just have to write down credit or debit as per the rule. Whatever, see, we are doing the rules. Check issued but not presented, that is always credited, right? So we are writing out credit here in the rules. Just like that, I am discussing these sums, sum number 5 and sum number 6, and I am recording. I am only saying that this transaction is credited and this transaction is debited. So just write down near to each and every situation, each and every point, CR or DR, credit or debit. Okay. So see the point number 5, question number 5, sorry. Cash book of Naresh shows the credit balance. So credit balance you have to record on the credit side of bank. Bank overdraft as per cash book, credit. This is the starting point, 12,000. Bank overdraft, not balance, because whenever cash book shows debit balance, it is cash bank balance. But whenever cash book shows the credit balance, that means it is bank overdraft. So the starting point of your fifth sum is bank overdraft as per cash book and credit. That's why recorded here. Okay. First point. Now first point, check of rupees 10,000 was deposited bank on 20th March, which is not yet recorded in the passbook by bank. Not recorded by the bank. Here recorded in the cash book but not recorded in the passbook. So check deposited but not recorded but not credited, DC, that is credit. Again write down CR nearest to what? First point. Check deposited but not credited by the bank or but not recorded by the bank. So DC, that's why write down CR, that is credit, near to first point. Second point, interest credited by bank. Whatever credited by bank, we have to just debit it. So write down DR near to second point, debit. Interest credited but not recorded in the cash book, debit. Customer directly deposited rupees 10,000 in bank. So directly deposited, that's why always you have to just remember that directly deposited always credited by bank. That's why here we have to debit it. So write down DR near to third point, debit. Third point is debited. Now the fourth point, check deposited with the bank but not recorded in the cash book. DDIC rule is there. Okay, so DD, check deposited but not recorded in cash book, debit. Write down DR near to fourth point, debit. Okay, now the next fifth, check drawn and paid by the bank but not recorded in the cash book, 6,000 rupees. Check drawn, that is issue. Drawn and issue, the same word. Check issued by the bank, check issued by and paid by the bank but not recorded in cash book, DDIC. So here that amount is here credited. So write down CR, check issued but not recorded in the cash book, credit. Sixth point, bills receivable discounted with bank 3,000 and bank is recorded amount in the passbook including the noting charges of 40 which is not known to Naresh. dishonored. Whenever the dishonored word is there, we have to credit all the amount. All the amount means the bills receivable amount as well as the noting charges. Total of the amount, net amount we will record in the BRS. That is 3000 is the bank 3000 is the bills receivable amount and 40 rupees is the noting charges. So 3040 total is recorded on which side? Dishonored is there. Just remember that whenever the dishonored word is there, you have to credit it. Okay, so dishonored here the 11 point, bills receivable discounted and not dishonored, bills receivable dishonored and not recorded in the cash book, that is 3040. 6 point. Now the 7 point, total of receipt side means debit side, is cast short, cash book cast short by 2000. Short means what? Undercast. Short means undercast. Overcast is recorded as overcast, but the word is changed here. Short cast, that means undercast. Undercast same side, overcast opposite side. Here undercast is there, that's why same side. Same side means receipt side. Receipt side means debit side. So write down DR debit. In the point number 7, please write down DR, that is debit 2000 and return that. Total of receipt side is undercast only. Next 8 point, check drawn, that is issued but not presented for payment. Check issued but not presented. Bank is not do this, that's why DCID. Here issued, that's why debited. Write down DR ID, that's why DR debit. Check issued or drawn but not presented for the payment, that's why debit. Please debit it, DR. 9 point, check deposited but not credited in the bank. DC again, check deposited but not credited, DC. So credit, write down credit, CR. And the 10th point, bank has debited commission. Bank debited commission means what? Not recorded in cash book. Bank, whatever done by the bank, we have to just do reverse, that is bank is debited. That's why we have to credit it. So write down CR in the 10th point, credit. Bank debited, that's why we have to credit in the bank reconciliation statement 80 rupees. And now find out the difference, that is make the total. Which side total is higher? We have to write down both the side and find out the difference on the opposite side. And that is, see that is the answer, but it is the starting point is as per cash book, that's why the ending point is as per passbook. If the difference is on the debit side, then here written you have to write down debit and here you have to write down bank overdraft. But if the difference is on the credit side, then you have to write down here credit and here you have to write down the bank balance. Bank on the basis of the balance, on which side we have to write down debit or credit here, and on the basis of this debit balance as per cash book, bank overdraft, and credit balance as per passbook, bank balance. Okay, so here you write down this and your answer is over. Your answer is full. Now 6 point, please write down all the situations. Bank balance already given. Bank balance as per passbook. As per passbook is the starting point. And bank balance as per passbook, that means here what? It's a credit balance. So write down CR. First of all, your starting point is credit 10,000 rupees. Okay. Bank balance as per passbook. Here credit. And that's why you write down here 10,000 rupees. That is the starting point. Now the first point. Check of rupees 7,000 is drawn and recorded in the cash book but not given to creditor. Check of rupees 7,000 is drawn. Drawn, that means issued. Right? Issue but not recorded. Not given to the creditor. So, DCID. check issued but not presented, but not given to the customer. That's why debit, write down debit side, DR near to first point. Second, check of rupees 12,000 was deposited with bank. Deposited, DC, which is credited by the bank on 1st April. That is not credited till 31st March. That is not recorded, right? Not credited. So check deposited but not credited. DC. That's why credit. Write down CR near to second point. Then third point. Bank has paid rupees 6,000 for insurance premium. Bank, what do it by the bank? Bank paid on behalf of the customer, on behalf of the trader, insurance premium. So bank is debited and not recorded in which is known to Gaurang on 1st April. That is not recorded in the cash book till 31st March. So here insurance premium paid by bank but not recorded in cash book. That is, here bank is debited, that's why we have to credit. So write down CR, credit near to third point. Again, insurance premium paid by bank not recorded in cash book. Fourth point, a customer is deposited. Customer has deposited directly with the bank. Directly deposited by customer. You have to remember that particular word. See, the situations almost the same. Just make one or two simple twists in one and two situations. Otherwise, all the situations are as it is. Nothing else. Nothing is the new in each and every sum. So you have to remember. Just remember all these rules or all these shortcuts. DCID, DDIC, as well as customer directly deposited. Here, directly deposited customer always debit in the BRS. Dishonored always credited in BRS. You have to remember these shortcuts also, so you can solve these sums very easily. 5 or 6 point is already there. DDIC and DCID is already there, as well as dishonored is always there, as well as the directly deposited by the customer is always there. So from the 10 to 12 situations, minimum 5 or 6 situations are the common, or 5-6 situations has a shortcut rule also, right? So you can apply, you can remember that. Not if you don't remember all these rules, then please remember these shortcuts, and you can do half or more than half sum directly by remembering these shortcuts also. So please remember these shortcuts. Directly deposited by the customer, always bank is credited. That's why always debit in the bank reconciliation statement. Directly deposited by the customer, here debit. Write down DR, debit. Fourth point, debit. Now the fifth point, bank has credited interest. Bank credited, that's why we have to just reverse it. Bank credit, that's why debit. Write down DR near to fifth point. Not recorded in the cash book, that's why please write down DR, debit in the fifth point. Now the sixth point, a check of rupees 6,700 deposited with bank is dishonored. Again, check deposited is dishonored. Whenever the word dishonored is there, I told you that you just have to credit it, nothing else. Don't see the rules, don't remember the point, don't remember that we have to do the reverse, nothing else. Whenever the dishonored word is there, you just have to record on the credit side. 6,700, record on the credit side. 6 point, 6,700 deposited with the bank is dishonored, and that is credited. CR. 7 point, check drawn, that is issued of 18,000, but out of these checks 6,000 were presented for the payment till 31st/3/2016. Again, this type of situation is there. See, two types of situation is here. One situation, amount is deposited or check is deposited or issued till the date, till the bank reconciliation date, whatever amount is deposited, whatever amount is issued or presented or credited is given. Then you have to find out the difference. Here again, this situation is given, this situation is not given. This situation, first situation is given. See that check of rupees 18,000. Here the 18,000 is issued, but from this 6,000 were presented for the payment. Only 6,000 is presented. So the remaining 12,000 we have to record in the bank reconciliation statement. So here in the 7th point, check issued but not recorded but not presented, DCID, that's why debit, but the amount is 12,000. So write down that 12,000 near to 7th point, 12,000 amount, and it is debited. ID, that's why debited. Not recorded 18,000, not recorded 6,000, but the difference of that particular two amount, 18,000 and 6,000, 18,000 minus 6,000, that is 12,000, you have to record on the debit side. ID, as per the rule, ID. Issued debit. 8th point, check of rupees 32,000 were deposited with the bank, out of which the checks of rupees 7,000 are credited in the passbook till 31st 3. Okay, same situation. 32,000 check is deposited till the date, 7,000 is recorded or presented or credited. So the difference is 25,000. Here in the 8th point, write down the 25,000, that is the difference amount, and DC, that's why please write down credit sides. Credit 25,000 credit. In the 8th point, 25,000 credit. Now the 9th point, a check of rupees 1,800 were deposited with bank which is not recorded in the cash book. Directly here, check deposited but not recorded in cash book, DDIC, right? So here check deposit, write down the check deposited and not recorded in the cash book. So here debit, write down near to 9th point, debit 1,800. And the last point, that is 10, bank has debited bank charges. Bank charges, bank debit, that's why we have to credit it. Write down CR near to 10th point. Bank debited 20 in the passbook, bank charges. So bank charges not recorded in the cash book and it is credited. So here the starting point is as per passbook. Here the 6th point, in the 6th question, the starting point is as per passbook. So here first of all you have to write down as per cash book. After this 10 point, you have to write down as per cash book. Right? Now make the total on both the side. Whichever is the highest total, you have to write down on the both the side. If then find out the difference on the lower side total. Right? So here the lowest total is subtracted from the highest total and find out the difference, that is balance. Balance on your debit side, first debit side, as per cash book. Here debit. So debit as per cash book, that means bank balance. But if the difference on the credit side, so here we have to write down credit. So credit balance as per cash book. Now here the starting point is passbook, that's why we have to write down cash book. Credit balance as per cash book, that is bank overdraft. Okay, so first of all make the total, then find out the difference. On which side difference is there, you have to write down here. And credit balance as per cash book or debit balance as per cash book, that means bank balance or bank overdraft. Write down that and your answer is over. Your question is over, answer is over. Now question number 5 and 6 we already discussed in this, and now see that here the 7th, your new homework. Previous, your homework is also discussed by us in this lecture. Now the new homework I am giving you here for this lecture. See that. Only one question you have to do. Question number 7 is difficult one, and that's why you have to do only one sum. If you have any doubts, then we will discuss that also in our next session. But till that you have to just do one sum of the exercise, as well as if we are not doing this 5 and 6 sum in your exercise book, now it is already discussed by us in this lecture. That's why now you can record, now you can do these sums in your exercise book also. So here till that this lecture 1 to 6 example as well as here 1 to 6 exercise sum is over in your example and exercise book. So in our next session, see that sum number 7 is difficult one. Illustration number 7 is somehow it is the new style of the question, not is difficult, but it's the style of the question here change. That's why sum number 7, 8, please read or see all these sums, and we will discuss 7 or 8 sum in our next session. Okay, so till that, bye bye and do your homework. So I'm complete my lecture. Thank you class. Have a nice day. Bye bye.